All right, how's it going, everyone? This is Jose Trujillo once again, coming to you from my art studio. And today I'm going to be painting one of my all-time favorite paintings or sceneries. This is a poppy field, and I'm going to be doing it with a palette knife. Okay, so this is an 8 by 10 inches, 8 by 10 inches canvas board. And let's get to it. Very simple. If you keep it simple, it will be, again, like I mentioned before, it will be rewarding. There's so much reward in simplicity. Why? I don't know why. I didn't make up the rules, guys. I just use them. I don't even follow them. I just use the rules. I'm not even attempting to follow them because I just don't like to. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel like that. All right. Look how simple. Why? Because I'm really looking for the impression of it. You know, I'm really looking for the impression. I'm not looking to. And of course, you can get more intense. I know that some people are telling me, "Oh man, you do your painting so quick." Well, I'm doing little demos, right? Some of them take longer. Some of them don't take 10 minutes. Some of them take 12 minutes. No, I'm joking, but yeah, a little bit. Some of them are surprisingly long. Sometimes I'll stay in a painting for a couple of hours, come back to it. Especially when I do brush. When I do palette knife, I can't really come back to it. I have to do it a la prima. But when I do brush, I'll come back to it, revise. Sometimes I'll do that. Especially with commissions. Commissions are a must because they have to be just right. Because they're usually something someone wants specific, so they can't just be about me. Now we're talking about also pleasing someone else. So it's the same thing with commissions. I said commissions with portraits. Some people ask me, like, do you do your portraits the same way? Well, yeah, I do. It's the same, I usually use a brush, but it's the same way. But slightly different, right? Same but slightly different, because now I'm working on pleasing someone else other than just myself. Now Sue needs to look like Sue, right? If Sue doesn't look like Sue, then we have a problem. Or if Sue, it doesn't matter how you paint, whether you're an abstract painter or whatever. Sue needs to be there. If Sue's not there, Sue's gonna have a problem. Whether you do a realism or cubism, the person needs to see themselves, or the sitter, needs to be well represented. It needs to be there. Doesn't matter your style. I've seen some hyper photorealistic paintings that are very realistic, but you can tell Sue wasn't there. It looked like a photo of Sue, but Sue wasn't there. I believe that happens. Now, don't get offended, guys. I believe that happens because the artists don't observe the artwork. See, I've learned this from looking at paintings by Velázquez and looking at paintings by Young Singer Sargent. And I'm naming these artists because they're some of the most famous portrait artists, right, of back in the day. if you see their work when they started and how it matured when they were younger and as they got older, I mentioned in another video something similar to what I'm going to say right now, but whatever, this is my video. As they're getting mature, as they're becoming more mature in their, not just older, but in the way they paint, you can see that it looks like they're becoming more abstract, but it's not that. I don't think that they're just becoming more abstract for the sake of it. You can see that they have learned how to observe so damn well that they could, you can see it in the clothing, you can see it in the portraits, in the fabric, you can see it in the expressions of the face. They tended to go many times into a wash, almost using paint more fluidly and not so rigid. You see that with Manet, Edouard Manet. You see his paintings very rigid in the beginning, when not in the beginning of his career, okay, for you art nerds out there. I'm saying in the beginning of more of the height of his career, like when he was doing the Matador and that type of artwork. You could see that when he inspired Impressionists, is what I'm trying to say, right? He was a well-known artist. You can see that this guy got inspired because he was very, rigid, in the sense that he was losing his brushwork, but rigid in the line work. Like he didn't really care. He didn't care about the status quo now, right? So, as you see, when he gets influenced also by the whole movement of Impressionism and whatnot, you can see as he's getting older. So you can see with Degas too. Even the skin color of the models change. Even you could see it with Renoir too. As he's getting older, the skin color, everything changes. And I think that they start hitting a maturity that comes forward from learning how to see. I really believe this, guys. I'm not kidding you. I believe that good artists, those artists we like to respect and we talk about, and from history, they were master observers. It wasn't so much that they were master painters; they're master observers. The painting was natural. The painting, of course, is going to happen, right? Even if they didn't know how to paint, even if they were not trained, and one of them could have been Van Gogh, right? Many people would say, well, he wasn't trained, classically trained, or this or that, or whatever, very little training, I don't know. You can't deny that the man knew how to express, not just his feelings, but what he was looking at, because he had the ability to absorb. And I think it's an ability, because it's a muscle, it's something that you train, And I think that's why you can see in the paintings of Velázquez, some of the, and I named Velázquez and I named Manet, not just because these guys were in love with Velázquez, the Impressionists, right? But because they were so in love with Delacroix, but because you can see artists who were from a different school, and they were not abstract painters by any means, but they were considered avant-garde painters for their time, right? But they were doing things different, and I think that they were looking deeper. They were not just painting. Anyone can paint. They were not just painting. They were looking. Now that's where the skill is. I think that. Now that's why I talk about other artists that without jumping too much, but I guess I am. Why I don't like to follow a certain quote unquote master or whatever. Because what you're really learning from him or her, even though they paint beautiful, there's some great painters out there. One of my favorite painters is Jeremy Lipkin. Jeremy is a fantastic painter. Blows my mind every time I see him. But I would never like to paint like Jeremy. And I'm not saying this to be an a-hole about it. I love it, and I would love to see him continue being Jeremy Lipkin. Now, there's a lot of people that follow him and they start painting like Jeremy Lipkin. And to me, see, that doesn't make any sense anymore, because, and I don't mean that, I'm being honest. Because there can only be one Jeremy Lipkin. Now, if these people that follow him during the time find their own voice, I'm sure they will, if they continue, right? But if you're not careful, you end up being Jeremy Lipkin. I don't know. A Jeremy Lipkin wash. And his work is, my God, it's to die for. Super great work. Composition, everything, master painter, right? He's got it all. But he's Jeremy Lipkin. So if you go and study under Jeremy Lipkin, you better have in the back of your mind that you will be you, not Jeremy Lipkin. I think that this is what I referred to last time when I was talking about getting your own voice. And I'm not saying go and find your own voice. It will come to you, because it only comes through work. It's experiential. You don't even have to look for it. If you look for it, I think it'll take longer, to be quite honest. That is why I talk about this kind of stuff. Okay, guys? Another great, I can't wait to see when Jeremy Lipkin matures even more his work, right? He's at the peak right now, I believe, of the beauty of his work. I can't wait to see what it looks like when the man turns, I don't know, 60 years old. What that work is going to look like is going to be mind-boggling. Very, very well done. And I can't wait to look on my work when I'm 60. I can't wait for that either. That'll be awesome. I'm gonna be like, when I'm 60, I think that'll be super awesome. I'm probably gonna go like, if I'm doing paintings this quick, guys, when I'm 60, I'm gonna be like, 1 minute, boom, there it is. There's the painting. Or who knows, maybe it'll be like, I don't know, 3 months to finish a painting, God forbid. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a super awesome little thing here. And talk to you guys soon again. Bye-bye.